Hello, my name is Asha, and this is Asha Reviews Movies and TV. Today, we're going to be reviewing the 2002 film Scooby-Doo. Before we get started, I'd like to say don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and check out my other channel, which will be linked down below. Don't forget to, if you follow me on Letterboxd, that would be much appreciated, because I do post reviews on there daily. Compared to the channel, sometimes I don't post review content. I always try to post reviews on there every time I've watched a film. I either do it that night after I finished watching it, or I do it in the morning when I wake up, and I just get to it. So we're gonna get straight into this film because I don't have a lot of time, to be honest. So the cast of this film, and it's currently the 14th of November 2025. This film stars Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, Mathew Lillard, and Linda Cardellini. Freddie Prinze Jr. plays Fred, and you may know him from She's All That and Wing Commander. Sarah Michelle Gellar plays Daphne. You may know her from The Grudge or TMNT. Mathew Lillard, you may know, plays Shaggy. You may know him from 13 Ghosts or She's All That, or obviously you probably know him from Scream if you do watch my channel. Linda Cardellini, you may know who plays Velma from Green Book, or the founder. The director of this film was Raja Gosnell and James Gunn. The writers of this film were James Gunn, Craig Titley, and William Harner. The IMDb rating for this film was a 5.4 out of 10. My rating for this film kind of blew that out of the park with a 6.9 out of 10. Don't forget to comment the word I tell you at the end of the video so you can get a chance to have a shout out in the next video. This is available on Prime Video and Amazon Prime for Amazon for $10.99. So it's another reason why you should really buy physical media, because you could not really find these Scooby-Doo movies really on streaming services much anymore. I would like to have them on, obviously, Paramount Plus, but they don't. I don't know why they don't have them on there, to be honest. This is rated PG. It's a detective teen comedy, fantasy, action, adventure movie, and it was made in 2002. After an acrimonious breakup, the Mystery Inc. gang are individually brought to an island resort to investigate strange goings-on. An absolute classic film. Every time I watch it, I love it even more. Not the best visual effects or even the best acting, but it's just funny and iconic. This film right here is a nostalgia trip to memory lane. I always really enjoy the acting from Mathew Lillard and Rowan Atkinson. Definitely worth a watch, and definitely watch this film. That is my little opinion. So this film is a really great film, a really great action comedy. There's a few adult jokes in there as well, which is really nice. You know, you don't want just to show a film for the kids. You want to be able to understand some of the jokes, and some of them you probably would understand. And for being made, 23 years ago, still a great film. It's still got the visual effects. Okay, I will say Scooby-Doo's visual effects are not the best, but it just doesn't compare to other films. What do you mean? The visual effects in other films don't really compare to this film. They may be better, but this film is just so iconic for me, and it's my childhood basically, because I really loved watching Scooby-Doo when I was growing up. I used to watch Scooby-Doo, Power Rangers, I used to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, all them types of shows. Are always going to be at least above a 5 for me, unless they are that bad. And Batman, obviously. This film, absolutely amazing. I couldn't say anything bad about it, to be honest, apart from the acting and the CGI. The camera quality, again, for the time, amazing. And then I liked the stunts that were done. I liked the chemistry between the actors and the characters. I also liked how Scooby was always there to he was always the key focus of the film, instead of taking the focus to another character, because the film is obviously named Scooby-Doo. So why not keep the focus on that character? See, with other films, like Scoob now, you've got the animation. I love that animation, to be honest. It's a great animation, but they don't focus on Scoob. They tend to focus on the villains sometimes in these movies, and I don't like that, because the main focus is supposed to be Scooby-Doo, and obviously Mystery Inc. And I love that they actually do focus on Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, Velma, Fred, and Daphne. I also love how they let these characters build chemistry and overcome their fears and like their doubts, and they become a team again. So obviously that's the start of the film. Bit of a spoiler for you. They actually break up as a group. Shaggy and Scooby stay together because they're lifelong friends, and Velma, obviously, she doesn't really want to quit, and Daphne and Fred, they're just too stubborn to find a way of working it out, and Fred is kind of like the glory boy. He thinks that everything revolves around him. So obviously Shaggy and Scooby being Shaggy and Scooby, they're the glue that actually kind of holds the team together, in my opinion. You've got Velma, who's the tech smart and the book smart person. You've got Daphne, who's kind of like the how would you say it? Like the she's like in this film she does a lot of martial arts, which is cool, and she's kind of like a distraction from other stuff. Yeah, I say that. And obviously Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are always the one that's the bait. And Fred is the leader, the one that makes the traps. So he gets all the credit for all the stuff, even though Shaggy and Freddy, or Shaggy and Scooby are always the ones getting chased after. Daphne's always the one getting taken, and Velma's obviously the one that's sorting it out and making the plans. So that's why it's really great to see that by the end of the film, Fred actually ends up letting Velma take the applause for this idea, which is really great to see, because you can see how they've developed as characters and as a team. And by the end of the film, you do actually get that chemistry that you want in the Mystery Incorporated. You got Daphne's wit, and you've got Velma's wit, being the smart one, and Fred being, I'm all it and stuff, and Shaggy and Scooby just there for the ride, really. And then they laugh and everything. We've also got some guest stars from Rowan Atkinson in there. I loved Rowan Atkinson in this film. He's always a comedic character, can't be too mad at Rowan Atkinson's character. And Isla Fisher, I think she was in there as well. She was really great character, really great actor. In this film, I didn't like her too much because obviously, she kind of targets Shaggy. And if I'm honest, other than Scooby, Shaggy's my favorite character, and I can never really say that he isn't, because he's such a great character, and Mathew Lillard does such a great job portraying it. Okay, before we run out of time then, let's just say don't forget to comment the words Jinkies if you want a shout out in the next video. At some point I'll probably put the stats up for the channel, so if you would, not all of you are subscribed obviously, so if you can help me out and just subscribe to the channel, comment below any future videos ideas you want to see on the channel, and any movies you would recommend. I'll probably be doing a live stream at some point next week. It might be next Friday, I think, or I might end up doing it during the weekend, just depending. Yeah, I'll be doing a short later today, just going through like this week's movie watches, seeing what I want to watch next week, and I've played out a little space on the top shelf over here for movie watches I'm gonna be watching, and I'll try and pick like one film from every section and try and watch them then. In the next week, so you can get a full like movie of the month, and that'll be great for you guys then. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.